Thank you, guys. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. And I would like to thank you, all of you, to give us chance to speak about our solution. So let me introduce you first our company. We are Clever Solutions. If you are able to see our presentation here, so let me tell you something about Clever Solution. We are in this market, in IT market in Saudi Arabia since 2014, and we have completed this journey with a lot of successes in IT market. We have many distributionship. We are working with many distributionship across the kingdom, and we are the leading distributor for SolarWinds since 2014. And from the last year, we have started with the cybersecurity. And during this time, we have started our solution presenting more and more cybersecurity product, and with the top-notch worldwide recognized solutions we have now, which I would like to show you is our product portfolio. We are covering around with these vendors we are currently tie up. Number one is the SolarWinds, for which we are authorized distributor since 2014. We are in the market for the monitoring solutions, IT pillars, IT monitoring, network monitoring, server monitoring, and so many monitoring solutions from SolarWinds. Then we have Resecurity, which is our world-leading product for the threat intelligence monitoring, where we have our CEO from the Resecurity who will be presenting in detail product information and how the security, how to secure your environment through Resecurity, because they have expertise in security and they are monitoring security through many tools they have. They have a web-based tool, or they have some on-premise tools available with them. They will go in detail with us and will give us complete solution for the KSA market to secure, to provide assistance in the security. We do have a brand protection. We have a threat intelligence monitoring. We do have a lot of big data available with us in the Resecurity, so we can see who is bad character attacking and what are they doing in your environment, how they are giving you threats in the environment. So let's go with us with our CEO, Mr. Genie will with us. So he will be introducing you in detail with the Resecurity. Yes, Mr.
Naveed, thank you very much. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Everyone, thank you again. Today, we're just going to talk about modern threat intelligence. I think it's important to talk about technology, not just as in a brand name, but also about what it's really about and what is necessary for your organization. Because in reality, what we're looking for is terminals that are very specific to like the Bloomberg. So everybody who's in the financial industries are very familiar with Bloomberg terminal. It is kind of the gold standard for monitoring all of the trades. In same essence, it's really about having that level of connectivity across all your environment. And it's what we call it portability, because you need to be portable in order to move from one place to another and be able to have a single pane glass. And one of the big effort that we always talk about in the operational side of things is being able to have a real understanding. It's what we call academic versus reality. Resecurity, we have offices in Middle East, Africa, all over the globe. And more time than not, I have spent more time explaining what is marketing versus actuality. And it's important to know those things because in reality, academically, threat is really about, somebody who's trying to really harm you. Whereas reality is that it's really about having contextually connected evidence-based system that you could actually grab information for what impacting your organization, individuals, and target. And this is really the criteria that we set forth in our organization, and something that we like to use it as an educational moment for everybody to understand. Because really the benefit is about having threat intelligence and threat intelligence general. It really helps with cybersecurity postures. It drives momentum because you understand what's happening from the outside. And of course, identifying and improving detection threat, as well as making really informed decisions about what you should do after an intrusion. But the key is that it's all about the elements. It has to be evidence-based, it's utility, and it's actionable. More often than not, we spend more time trying to figure out weeding through the noise, because when you're looking at a solution, there are a lot of solutions out there, but the reality is that what's commodity versus what's actual, because you get the pretty pictures in the security theater, that doesn't really drive what's happening. And it's part of the intelligence lifecycle, being able to collect information, collecting to processing to analysis to dissemination. It is a process. The key thing about threat intelligence platform, it has to be data driven. It has to require all source intelligence. We're not just talking about the IP reputation and the common things. It has to be a number of different elements that you need to collect from. And then has to be data driven, because it has to really drive, let me rephrase this. Because with data, you could do a lot of different things, build a product to actually take action on things such as account takeovers, monitoring social media, where there's a kind of a weaknesses even in your products. And because of the digital transformation, there's a big digital sprawl, and being able to monitor each of those and scalable and flexible is key, as well as being able to work in a financial forensic side, identifying risk related to AML, KYC, and of course we talked about brand protection and executive. The problem is also tying back to the social media. These are not things that like create a score to tell you how good or bad you're doing. It's really about data driving threat risk, and of course identifying vulnerabilities and so on. And again, using intelligence data, it's not a point solution. You could solve a variety of problems using cyber threat intelligence. And how you collect this, as an example in our organization, it's all about these three components: having the ground operation to actually collect and intercept a lot of these communications, developing signals and signatures, using human intelligence and operators, and being able to have really clear understanding of your cyber threat intelligence by monitoring actors, tradecraft, doing reverse engineering, network intelligence, malware intelligence, and really being able to develop your targets and active collections. And this is part of what all source intelligence is, being able to bring these three kind of pivotal pillars into collecting all these intelligence, as an example of what our organization does. But currently today, a lot of threat intelligence platforms are noisy. They're focused on a bunch of security theaters. There's a lack of knowledge expertise within an organization, lots of competing priorities, resource constraints. I think every security operators or the CISOs of the world or executives will tell you it's a common theme. And of course, this type of source of intelligence, as well as quality and the coverage. And oftentimes we see a lot of wide coverage, but not really a deep coverage. And that's one of the key things that we always try to have people focus on. And of course, marketing versus reality, what's being sold versus what the team actually can do as well. So what we are really talking about is really bringing it back to basic and trying to innovate, bringing cyber threat intelligence and innovating security operations center to building a cyber command center. And by definition, we're all here about security operations centers. It's supposed to be a centralized unit and what have you, but the military and government agencies of the world, they're really more advanced in that sense, because they have a cyber command center, because it's about orders, not just about having a team dedicated to a function. So what are we talking about is really the difference between security operations center and cyber command centers. It's really about differences, the mission and the function, unified versus centralized, purpose and focus. And the key about having those things is because you want to bring in all of these trends into a single repository. We know there's a lot of trends around security orchestration. I always get confused with that name because it's just like you're soaring, but it's really about automating and orchestrating. And of course, the Fusion Center, everybody's talking about Fusion Center as it's solving the bigger world problems. But again, it is a trend. And applying artificial intelligence and machine learning, I know there's a lot of conversation about that and how to use the data, but it's, in order to apply AI and ML, it's really about having lots and lots of fresh data. And of course, a lot of security operations centers are moving toward managed services. And it is, really about getting there quicker, faster, and automated and smarter. And foundation of all security operations center consists of all of these things: people, process, and data in all these mid-level, high-level, tactical level processes that they own. And so imagine the number of people at a minimum for any organization in order to operate security operations center, let alone information security groups. So it's just not possible. And as we talked about how the cyber threat intelligence is a need, and then we need to modernize security operations center. But our customers and everyone that is out there listening to some of these presentations know, it's an uphill battle. And really, it's about building that journal to not only modernize and using cyber threat intelligence, modernizing security operations center, but it's really about reducing your technical debt, having accurate inventories, doing a better job of risk calibration, because you have to create risk profile for what you know or what you don't know, and having a central data repository of informations, and to reconcile tools. And this is key component of, when you want to go from, maturity level 1 through 5, because oftentimes organizations have too many point solutions, and it's that you don't have enough time, resource, and money to actually manage those things. And of course, unify organizational structures, because as you mature in the current advance of the modern threat, there has to be advancements and restructuring. And of course, having the not only the insight, but also be participating in the board of director is really key in bringing all of those C-level and board of directors level together. And bringing it all together with academic versus reality, what we're talking about is actually bringing in, as you modernize these tools in cyber threat intelligence and all the solutioning, it's really about bringing the physical security, information security, IT leadership, executive leadership, and then bringing it all together, and then actually creating this information kind of hub or fusion center, or however you want to call it, and bringing in the cross-functional team, making it unified, really making a mission not only to monitor really security, but overarching information related to the business, and really consolidate view all across, and then consolidate people, process, and technology. Finally, reduce silos and bringing a single point of command, and really aligning all of the business objectives strategic objectives, tactical execution, and operational efficiency into a single place, and which will result in executive oversight and review. And this is really what it's all about. Bringing intelligence is one set, but it's really transforming the organization to utilizing these data sets to completely modernize from top to bottom, because the advancement of threats and our threat adversaries are never going to change. It will continue to advance, and it's going to be quicker, faster as to the destruction of organizations, and it'll continue to grow. That said, thank you very much. I know I was right on time, so if you have any questions, please feel free to send me an email. And also, if you'd like to get a copy of the slides, feel free to contact us at contact@resecurity.com. Thank you.